Hey everybody, Burke Franklin here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a cleanup on this sago here. This is a female and this flowered quite a number of months back. As you can see, it's already been seeding. It's got this flower on here, but we're not keeping the seeds and we are not keeping this any longer. It's time to remove this flower and let this plant grow and come out with some new fronds and make it look more like I like it. I enjoy the fronds a lot more than I enjoy the flower and the seeds, which last for a very long time. So today we're going to kind of show you how to care for this and how to clean this up. It's very simple, but you definitely want to have your leather gloves on. Before I get going, if you are not a subscriber to this channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. You can hit notifications in case I come up with new videos. You will be notified, but it's free. Just hit the subscribe button and you will be a subscriber. If you have any questions or any comments that you would like to leave, please do that. I answer them all the time. That being said, let's just get started on this right now. So I want to get you a close-up here of what we're going to be working with. This is a pretty substantial sized flower at this point, and inside all these things you can see that there's all these little seed pods. And again, if you have pets, dogs, keep these away from them. Do not let your pets eat these. They are not good for them. They can poison them and they can become very sick and they can die. So these are trash if you have pets. Get rid of them unless you are trying to propagate them. That's a totally different video. We're not going to deal with that today. And so as time goes and the months go by, leaves from the trees above, they fall in here and it becomes a real mess. We're gonna clean all this up. You can see down here we've got pups on this one, and it's definitely time to clean this up. Get in here, we're gonna rip this stuff out, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. We're gonna get into it right now. Okay, so we're just gonna move this video along pretty quickly here. Look, you can just grab handfuls of these seeds and the flowers, and what you can't grab out and break off, you can use these clippers. But you see, you just work it back and forth, grab it, throw it away. You're not going to hurt the plant by doing this. You know, kind of work your way from the outside, work your way towards the center so that you don't damage the center there, which you'll see in a little bit. You know, that's where the new fronds would come out from. You're going to grab all kinds of seeds out. If you decide that you want to like grow these seeds, you can. That's a different video. I'm not going to get into that in this particular one, but you'll have big seeds and small seeds, and there's just a whole bunch of them. Just get this plant all cleaned up. It'll make it healthier. I think, in my opinion, makes it look better. We're just going to keep working all this stuff out of there and clean it up. And once we get all that out of there, we can start trimming these fronds off. But you can see how easy it is, and just keep going at it. So as you can see, this is coming along pretty good. We're getting all this stuff out of here, which we'll get down a lot closer here in a little bit, because I'm going to actually remove some of these fronds. I'm going to remove, because it is the season right now for new fronds to come out, and I'm hoping that we still might get new fronds out of the top here. And I can see as we start to get closer down here, the camera can't pick this up, but right in here, this is going to have new fronds. So I'm going to probably remove most of these fronds, and we'll get a better look at that as we get in here. And again, this is not doing any damage to the plant. This is just cleaning it up. And then on the bottom here, I'll have to be very careful to make sure that I pick up all of these little seeds so that my dog doesn't catch these, find them, chew them up, possibly get sick. They don't always get sick, by the way. Years ago, before I knew that they were poisonous, I had a puppy, and he would chew up the sagos, and he never got sick. So they don't always get sick, but it's definitely not worth the chance. With the knowledge I have now, I don't risk it for sure. So as you've seen some of my other videos, how I like to trim these up, and I like to get these really super close. That's just how I do it. And I always like to go the same direction, so I'll go from this and I'll trim right around and go around, end up over here again. But you can see right here, this is what was in the middle of that flower, and this is going to have new fronds in not too long. Here's a seed right here. Let's get this out of here. Danger, danger. So let's just keep trimming. And it can be super fast. You can just jam right through these. And some people might say, well, why are you trimming them off? They're still green. And the reason is, I always trim them off when they're green. And I think it helps the new fronds come out stronger. And so that's why I do it. It's not a bad question. It's just, that's how I do it. And once I'm done cutting around it, I'll probably come in here with a little screwdriver and just get all this stuff out that's fallen in there over the last year while this thing has been growing flower and seeds and everything else. And there's the puppy and my wife. And here's the sago. We're almost done trimming this one. We're close. And once we get all these cut off right here, we might just go down to the bottom of this plant and trim off some of these pups also. But you can see it's a pretty easy job. As long as you have gloves, as long as you have clippers. These are the kind of clippers that I use. And they always seem to work great for me. They always have. You might have your own set of clippers that you love. These are mine. But I'll trim all this stuff off also. See all this? This is all just leftover from the flower. This is like when you're getting a haircut and then they decide to cut your sideburns at the same time, right? Might as well just make it right. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, that's looking good. Think that we can probably trim some of these off too. Let's get these pups down here. So this is at the base, just to give you a point of reference here. We've got probably too many pups for my taste anyway, so we'll trim them off. You can see this one right here. This one's already getting new fronds. So we're going to take all of those pups off, all the fronds, I'm sorry. I'm going to take all of those fronds off. All right. Of course, we've got weeds and stuff down here, but for the most part, once we clean all this out, I think that's kind of it. What I'm going to do here, we've seen the most of this get all trimmed up. I'm going to just do a little cleanup here, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done.